Hurry up and clean up. Looks like the scapegoat hero is destined to put on a good show. Finally, the arriving Eve rushes over to ask Wall for his super arm. Subtitles: the scene was misread by the security robot as a robot fight, and they swiftly became the spaceship's most wanted. With no choice, Eve flees with Wall-E. To return Wall-E to Earth, she ignores all else. Seeing the bounty on screen, Wall-E grows curious and asks Eve. Wall-E looks like a kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar, scared and all curled up. Eve opens the door to Earth for Wall-E, thinking she might just head home with him. When Wall-E learns Eve has more tasks, he throws a tantrum, curls up, and refuses to return to Earth alone, despite Eve's coaxing. Just then, Eve notices someone is coming, and they quickly shut off the equipment and hide. At this time, the robot stealthily puts a sapling into the cabin. It was all its plan. Then it fiercely presses the red button. Then it quickly scurries away, and Wall-E is still clueless about what's happening. All he knows is that Eve loves this little sappy. Eve, realizing things are going south, suddenly feels overwhelmed. The robot pressed the return pod's self-destruct button. Wall-E sees the countdown and panics. No matter how hard he tries, he can't find the pause button. In the frenzy, he grabs a fire extinguisher, thinking fish leap in the vast sea, birds fly high in the sky. He pulls the emergency escape lever while banging on the hatch door. Eve is astonished by the scene before her and zooms toward Wall-E like a graceful yoga instructor. In a twist of fate, Wall-E escapes right at the moment of the explosion, not just returning to Eve, but also snagging her beloved sapling. This makes Eve over the moon, hugging Wall-E tightly. The sparks of love fly like fireworks in space. At this point, Wall-E is not only Eve's hero, but humanity's hope ambassador. Yet, they naively never expected him to give the hope sapling to the captain. The captain's level of happiness is at an all-time high. He positions the projector right on top of Eve's head, gazing with unwavering focus at everything she observes on Earth. He simply can't believe this is what Earth looks like nowadays. He hesitates until he sees humans dancing. If a little sapling won't give up on Earth, how can humanity give up on its home? At this moment, Eve sees only Wall-E's love and realizes how thoughtfully he cared for her during her sleep. But little did they know, at this moment, the helm robot mutinies, going haywire to stop the captain from returning to Earth. Turns out, at the moment the spaceship left Earth, its orders were already in effect. This made it easier for people to stay on Earth. Easy, easy, easy. Alright, everyone, board now. Okay, aboard, set sail, 1133. Everyone on board, control everything. Don't go back to Earth. No, never go back to Earth again. Let's get the ship launched first. That order was received 700 years ago. But now Earth can sustain life again, and this little sapling. But no matter how the captain explains, the robot refused to listen. At this point, the captain finally realizes that all these years, every captain has been controlled by this robot. Now he decides to change tack. I am Captain X. The helm completely ignores the captain's orders, calling upon the chief of security, determined to snuff out the captain's hope in its grave. Eve, grab him quickly. Eve, you have to hold on to that sapling. The clever guard throws the sapling straight into the trash. Amazingly, it reappears the next second. Subtitles turns out Wall-E fears for Eve's safety and climbs over. The guard traps Eve. The helm reaches to grab Wall-E's sapling, but Wall-E won't give Eve's beloved one to him. The helm, furious, releases a jolt of electricity and fries Wall-E's circuitry. Wall-E tumbles into the abyss with the sapling, while the helm casually shuts down Eve, tossing her out like yesterday's trash. Until Eve wakes up again, finding herself dumped in a cargo bay full of trash. She keeps calling out for Wall-E when suddenly 2 giant trash bots stroll over, pressing her down into their bellies with the garbage, getting ready to turn her into a trash cube. Their fate is to be tossed into the vastness of space. Fortunately, Eve blasts her way free with her laser cannon. Just as the spaceship door is about to close, a robot tumbles down from above. It's the cleaning robot. She has been chasing Wall-E for 3 whole days and nights, determined to scrub him clean. Just when it's crunch time, Eve rescues Wall-E from the garbage pile and zooms toward the exit. She grabs the cleaning robot's hand, avoiding force suction into space. Under the relentless firing from the trash robots, Eve spots Wall-E, who is severely injured with his circuit board having been charred and extremely damaged. She thought Wall-E could revive with spare parts, so she searched the trash frantically. Subtitles. The cleaning robot has ultimately completed her mission, but Eve locates several circuit boards and carefully aligns them with Wall-E's body. Wall-E pulls out the little sapling from his wounded body and hands it to Eve, who is now more anxious than ever. Now Eve has lost hope in the mission, only wishing Wall-E to recover soon. Wall-E, with his badly damaged body, picks up the sapling, placing it in the ship to return to Earth is his only hope. Because all of Wall-E's parts are hidden back on Earth, in that hopeful moment, Eve holds Wall-E tightly. Now, Eve fights for Wall-E. She decisively throws the security bot into the storage room, paving the way for everyone. Wall-E's speaker alert saved robots for a massive robot counterattack. The helm summons all the security bots in the spaceship for support. Humanity is on the brink. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.